first thing is required a Arduino board, and second one is a USB cable. Okay, USB cable. And third one, if you are doing a basic programs, okay, if you are doing a basic programs or whatever testing programs, you require a breadboard. Okay, first main thing is a Arduino is required. Second thing is a cable is required and breadboard is required. Then next thing is the foremost thing to connect patch cords are required, or jumping wires. These are called as a jumping wires. It will be available in different manner: male to male connector, male to female connector, male to male connector, male to male connector, female to female connector. So why have to use the jumping wires? It will be easy. You can use any normal wire, single thread wires also, but these patch cords are help us to put properly on the breadboard. I hope you are able to see my breadboard on the video. Okay, so it helps to put easily on the breadboard, and also it helps to put easily on the Arduino. Okay, so most of the time male to male are easy to connect between one Arduino pin and to the breadboard. So these are the main three things are required: jumping wires, breadboard, Arduino, and cable. And also another thing, I require resistors. Okay, you can see resistors are required, and also LEDs are required. Okay, LEDs are required, and along with that potentiometer is required. Okay, this is a potentiometer of 10K. Okay, potentiometer is required, and along with that some other components also required, that is based on our project or whatever example we are doing. And before that, you should know how to use a LED. I hope everyone knows how to use the LED, and I hope you know which is the positive leg and which is the negative leg in that LED. See, it's easy to identify the positive leg and negative leg in the LED. The leg which is shorter, there's a two legs are there for the LED. The one leg is slightly shorter than another leg. The leg which is shorter, that is a negative leg. Okay, and the leg which is longer than other leg, it is a positive leg. Okay, so you should know which is the positive leg and which is the negative leg. And also you should know the color coding method of to find the value of resistance. Okay, color coding method. Suppose you can see the color, it has a 4 bands of colors. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last one will be the usually in the silver or a gold line, and another 3 are a VIG-BR. I hope you know the color coding. Electrical people knows more than the electronics, because they are always dealing with those wires and resistance. They are frequently using a color coding values or a color coding method. So here, whenever I use the resistance, you should know quickly what is the value of that resistance with a theoretical way. You can do the directly also with a multimeter. If you connect at both the ends, multimeter will show. Multimeter will show the value of resistance. So you should be in a comfortable place, like whatever value, if I say the colors of the resistor, say red and violet, you should tell the value of the resistance. And if I say the value of the resistance, you should tell the color strip of the resistance. So if you are good with this type of basic, then it will be easy to find out the resistance value so quickly, or else you'll waste a time on finding the resistance value. Okay, and these are the things I wanted to tell. So using these all components, and as now I am using a power with the help of laptop. another extra power jack is not required. If you are not using a laptop, if you are not using a laptop power or any PC power, no, I was telling, you can use the directly a power cable. I said in the introduction class also, power jack. You can use a 12-volt battery. Directly you can use a battery which can connect to the jack, or you can use a 12-volt power supply. The charger which you are using for a mobile, the which has other type of pin, not a shorter pin, bigger pin. The Nokia 1100 watt mobile, we are using the charger for that. That charger you can use it for this. Okay, you can to connect the power externally. You can use that charger. And I hope with this, you all got my point. What are the components I'm using for to do the basic programming? And we'll start the today's programming basic thing. I'll just share my screen. Okay. Okay. In the first program, we have to test whether our Arduino board is working properly or not. Okay. We have to test initially before starting with any program whether my Arduino board is working properly or not. For that, we have to write a one hello program. Okay. We have to write a one hello program to test whether our serial port is working properly or not. And also we have to test whether my compiler is working or other things are working properly or not. So for that, what I'll write a one hello program. Okay. See, I'll open the programming suite IDE, Arduino IDE. There I'll fix the baud rate. Yesterday only I said why I have to fix the baud rate. 9600. These I am sending each byte with this much of second, in this much of bit per second. 9600 bits per second. My each bit is sending with this value. Okay. And I have to write output. I have to mention what I have output I have to need. So here serial.println, which I am using for to display the output. Here I have to display hello world. How many times? There is a gap. It has to. There is a delay 1000 millisecond. In that delay, it will take a time to print hello world. This program we have to test in the starting before running. So here is the code I have written with the comments. So here, if you with a 2/ mark and whatever you write, that will be considered as a comment thing. It won't consider in the program. Here, white setup, I have to sketch. I have to start my programming, and I have mentioned what is my input. My input should come in this baud rate, and in the programming, I am repeatedly displaying my hello world. See, I'm repeating the whatever my input, I'm repeating that output to be displayed again and again. For that reason, I'm taking that value or a sentence in the loop. Okay. And once you execute this, you'll get here in the serial port, you'll get a hello world continuously. Okay. You'll get a hello world continuously. So I'll quickly open my programming window and I'll show how to run the program and how to see the output. Okay. Yeah, I'm opening my Arduino shoot. I have downloaded recent one which has a 1.8.13. I'll open my Arduino shoot. You people just observe the screen, and whenever I'll connect and I'll show the component, then you observe my video. Okay. See, I open my window now. Okay, programming window I open. So here already I have done one program, that is I will consider later. So what I'll do, I have to check my basic whether my board is working or not. So to check that, I have to open my basic program. For that, I'll go to the file. Okay, then I'll go to, I have already written, so I'll open the file. Okay, I'll open the file. There I'll open my Arduino code, and See, here is the program is written. Here program is written, that is void setup, fix the baud rate and print the hello world. So now what I'll do, I have to check, I have to verify this program. I'll go to verify, tick mark, I'll click on that. Okay, see downward. See, who are all using your mobile, make instead of this, do the other thing off, so you can get a screen properly. If you see you cannot see the words, just rotate your mobile in the landscape manner, you can see the screen properly. Okay, see, now I verified my program and it is saying that compiling is done. You can see down, it is saying that my program compiling is done. So here, as now it is not showing any error, compiling is done. Now what I'll do, I have to upload my program. To upload a program, before that my Arduino board should connect to the my laptop or a PC. So for that, again I'll use a cable. I hope you are seeing my face also. See, both at a time, screen and the face. Okay, see, I have to connect my Arduino board before uploading this code. What I'll do, I'll connect. So now power is on. You can see the power on the Arduino board. Now what I'll do, I'll quickly upload the program. Okay, while uploading program, see down, uploading is done. See, done uploading. You can see down, uploading is done. So whatever basic program I want to check, that is uploaded to my board. Okay, then now I have to check my output whether it is working or not. So what I'll do, at the right corner there is a serial monitor. Okay, at the right corner there's a serial monitor. I'll open that serial monitor. Okay, so here I'm getting my output. See here, at every second your hello world will be displaying. At every second your hello world will be displaying. See, here I have fixed 9600 baud rate. Okay, and if you want to clear your output, you can put this. So my output is clear. Again, new output is coming. If you want to clear this, clear the output, and another output is coming. And if you want to change the baud rate, you can change the baud rate. Many baud rate are there, 19,200 and all. So that will be a too fast. So I'll fix a 9600, and in the program also I have to mention what baud rate you are maintaining. Okay, so here my basic program is working. So I can confirm that my Arduino board is working properly, and also my programming suite is also working properly. See, whenever you are doing a big project with the help of Arduino, and suppose you are not getting the output in the serial monitor, and compiling is done and uploading done, but output is not done, so you are not sure that whether my board is working or not. So immediately what you have to do, you have to open parallel one more program. You have to check hello world program to test your board, it is working properly or not. Once this is working properly, so your board is okay and your programming suite is also okay. So now okay, I can show now this program is okay and this thing is okay. See here, today's meeting, in another 10 minutes it is going to over. Okay, who are all not there in the WhatsApp group, participants are 32. Please, all these 32 participants join that WhatsApp group. Once this meeting over at a 9 minute, after 9 minutes this meeting will be going to over, and immediately I'll put another link. Join that group, join that link, click that link. So please, who are all not in the group, join that WhatsApp group. I'll be putting a new link in that group after 9 minutes. Okay, so this first program is done. With that I can confirm that my program is working properly. Okay, so for any doubts, if you have any doubts, you can raise your hand and you can unmute yourself and you can ask a question. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay. Okay. Next, we'll go with the next program. We'll go with the next one. See, in the second one, again, we are going to do one basic programming, that is a blink LED. Okay. We have to check whether if I connect to the breadboard, and I have to check whether with a small circuit, whether my Arduino programming working is properly or not, and whether my digital output pins are working or not, and whether my register value is working properly or what not, and USB cable also. Okay. For that, I have to check a one more basic program. Once a hello world program is done, you have to check a one more basic program, that is a blink LED. So you have to on and off the LED with a basic thing. Then with that you can confirm that my digital pins are also proper. For that, what is required? One Arduino board is required. Okay, one Arduino board is required, and also along with the one Arduino board already we have, and we have to require one A to B USB cable, and breadboard you can get in many sizes, half size, full size. Okay, and LED is required, and 220 ohm resistor is required, and jumper wires are required. And here color coding of the 220 ohm resistor is red, and brown. Okay, red, and brown is the color coding of 220 ohm resistor. And what we'll do, we'll quickly connect this program, and we'll check the output on the breadboard. For that, this is the connection. How to do the connection? Since blink LED is the inbuilt program of the Arduino, okay, blink LED is the inbuilt program of the Arduino. So they have mentioned, if you are using any single LED for to get a display, that is a inbuilt output they have taken as a 13. You can change the output pin also. You can put a 9, 10, 1 to a 2 to a 13 are a digital pins, and 1 and 0 are a transmitting and receiving pins. We are using only when you are sending a values and all. So here, what I'll do, I'll put a LED, and positive leg of the LED I'll connect to the resistor one end, and resistor's other end is connected to the ground of the Arduino. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. See, I said already positive leg and negative leg. So down one is the negative leg and upper one is the positive leg. So positive leg is connected to the resistance, and resistance end is connected to the ground. And input or output display, 13 pin is connected to the other end of the LED. Okay, 13 pin is connected to the other end of the LED, and we have to upload the first. We have to make a connection, and we have to connect the breadboard and connection and USB Arduino to the laptop. Then you have to check the program, and you have to verify. See, after checking, don't do the connection. First, everything should be connected with the hardware thing, then upload the program. Or else, if your Arduino is not connected, it won't upload your program. So this is the for blink LED circuit diagram. I hope you understood. We are using a digital pin. So this side comes as a analog pins. I'm using a digital pin because I'm taking LED output in the digital manner. Okay. So here is my blink LED program. Okay. Here is my blink LED program. How to write? See, I have mentioned first only. I'm using a 13 as a output pin. Okay. I'm 13 digital 13 pin as my LED output. I have to mention that pin mode. If you are using a digital function, if you are writing a program for digital values, pin mode you have to use. I told in the yesterday only, pin mode 13, and you have to use a standard output. And here is a few words are case sensitive. You have to write output in the capital only. Output, high, low, input. So some words will be a capital only. Okay. Then pin mode, and then you have to write in the loop, because this is my continuous program. Okay, it's continuously repeating again and again. How? It waits for 1000 seconds, again it goes, again it on, again it goes. So here what I'll do, 13, I given output as a 13 pin high. It wait for 1000, wait for a second, again it immediately make it as a low. Low in the sense 0, high in the sense 1. So only one pin is required to check the blink LED. Okay, blink LED. So here is the program, and I'll be interfacing those program now, and we'll check that program. Okay. See, here is a program. I'll just open that blink LED program. See here, instead of writing a pin 13 in this program, see, instead of writing a pin 13, I said LED built-in, because in the Arduino already built-in function is written, that is a 13 as an output. So no need to mention again LED 13 or a pin number 13, because LED built-in is written, so you can directly connect. So I'm just connecting the program and LED in the Arduino. Okay. See, you can see here, I did the breadboard connection. Okay. I'll just show first. First, I'll run the program, then I'll show the breadboard thing. Okay. See, now what I'll do, I'll verify this program. Okay. Compiling sketch is going on. Okay. Now the compiling is done. No any error. I'll upload now. So uploading is done. Okay. Now I have to see whether my LED is working or not. Okay. See, you can see, I'll just stop the screen, so you can see, you can see here I have connected. Okay, I hope you can see LED. This is the Arduino programming. This is here I connected a Arduino pin 13 and the ground, because the inbuilt programming, and here I have connected a LED, and positive end of the LED is connected to the resistance. Okay, and that is connected to the pin 13, and negative end is connected to the ground. So I hope you are, just because of the light I cannot see. 1 second, you can see properly.